I've been recording for
There
a minute.
may be random spikes outside because, or on my end, because the neighbors are having a street party. So, don't worry.
God.
It's not the illegal size matter.
God.
There's just
Damn it.
there's just loud music and there's children.
In our
Running.
undisclosed city.
Yes.
Yes, we all live in different places.
I told Julia and Ryan about your little escapade of freaking telling the school address and the school name and how much of a pain that was to censor. It took me like 5 minutes to censor that.
Who's Ryan?
It's some other dude.
He's my high school friend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's not do that.
No, but like, didn't that episode never come out? Or was
It
the
came
one
out.
with,
It came out.
He came out. The one with Dom never came.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the one
I
with
think
Julia,
we did
I
that
think.
with Dawn.
No, it was with Julia because she said that she wanted to censor stuff with quacks, and I had to look through the audio waveform to find the quack and then save that as an
You did
export.
an episode with her already?
Yeah, I had to save that quack as an export to then bring it
When
back
did we
in
do an episode with her?
like 3 weeks ago.
I see.
Was I there?
Yeah, Diego, you were there.
I
You
don't
are
remember.
You're the
host.
You are the main host.
But
Is he the
wait,
main?
what were we talking about?
Doom.
We're talking about Doom.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember the thumbnail that I made with like
Yeah,
the
I
Drake
do.
meme, but it's like the Lazy Town meme version of it?
Yeah. Now
Do you
I
remember the
remember.
ones that
was the
I
one where She
made?
was in. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Do you remember
remember
the
that
shit
cancer?
show that I did?
Oh yeah, because I was in Walmart and then you guys sent. Oh guys, which one do you want? I'm like, oh damn, this is funny, but I want to do this one instead. And I was in line at Walmart when I answered that. Now I remember.
Little Walmart.
Fuck yeah. Walmart, let's go.
I bought Fire Emblem 3 Houses and Pokemon Sword for $50 each there. So yeah, Walmart.
Too much money.
For the
Alright.
Nintendo Switch.
Yes, games that never go on sale were on sale at Walmart, but they weren't labeled as on sale. They were labeled as full price, $50 each for $60 games.
I guess you missed the full sale that is the massive sale that's been happening on Switch for the past quarantine.
Well, those aren't for main games.
I mean, some of them are.
Like what?
I know that a few Mario games went on sale for half price.
I like physical copies though.
Well,
I don't know, there's just something I've always liked about having the game in my hand and the magic of just being able to open it and then put it in.
all right, you whiny bitch. Okay, let's sort this. Let's sync the audio. All right, let's do it now.
Okay.
So, roll the funky music, and Diego, roll the intro.
Funky music. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, after a good month hiatus, I think it was, of not being on the podcast. We have come back, the cast of pods, and your three main hosts right here, me, Diego, and my other two co-hosts, Luis and Waleed. Say hello.
Hi, I'm.
Hello.
Yeah, we took a break because, you know, we need breaks. We also enjoy breaks.
I didn't
It's
take
not
a
like
break.
we're professional or anything. Yeah, Luis is the one that needs the break. So, and Luis was like, "Hey, when are we recording the next episode?" And I was like, "You need a break." So we took a break.
I've been non-stop recording and editing for the past month, really.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, one less thing for him. We do this for fun. So it's not fun if he's constantly having to edit stuff every other week or every week actually. So
It's every day, for sure. Bro.
It's every day, bro.
Who my this channel, bro? 0 subscribers in 6 months.
Okay, today's topic.
Followers.
Yes.
Portable gaming. Portable gaming.
Gaming.
Yes.
Yeah.
Portable in the sense of mobile phones and portable devices like the Switch and DS.
And the Vita.
And Game Boy.
You know, you gotta
The
show
Vita.
love to PSP. to
It fucking
PlayStation.
died, dude. It's dead. Give it up.
Hey,
PS Vita come out after or something?
as a Vita owner, I must say, I loved it, but I hated it at the same time. Anyway,
I was also a Vita owner, and I bought it. It was the first time I bought it with my first job, and it was great, and then no games came out for it, and then I sold it and got the Switch instead.
But wait, when I was younger, I used to think the PSP was a literal portable PlayStation that like was an actual PlayStation.
Oh yeah,
I mean, the games
Like
look
the
great.
quality of the games would be the same.
of course not. You dumb fuck. What?
Well, I was a little kid when the PSP came out. Like the commercials was like a high schooler in detention. Like, wow, that guy's cool. He's got a PSP, and the guy's like, thanks for making detention worth it. And he's playing on his PSP something. It's like PlayStation.
It depends on the game.
Wow,
I'd
he's
say.
so cool.
Depends on the
yeah,
game.
it depends on the game, but it's just like, how did you really fall for? Did you? First of all, I can hear myself, Diego's monitor. Make sure you sort it. Yeah. You might.
Wow.
I mean, I'm very loud and I can hear. Yeah, you're getting you see the.
hugest sound.
Yeah, you keep getting the green ring of speak.
I don't think that's from you though, because I have my headphones in. I'm kind of far away.
Maybe it's the headphones. The
No,
mic is picking up.
like I
on-
said, I have neighbors outside who are like making noise, and I have a fan in my room which has been doing that.
How you?
Making noise.
Is this
Most likely not you.
is this air conditioner part 2?
And we'll be right back.
No. It's not the air conditioner part 2,
Oh,
where that was a constant sound.
All right. I want to make a really loud voice, and we'll check. Hello. All right, it's gone.
Told you.
All right,
Okay.
and we're back.
Back.
Are we gonna need to resync?
Why would we need to resync if we didn't stop recording?
Oh, you're right.
Did you stop recording, Diego?
No.
All right.
Okay, let's go.
All right, we're back.
Hi.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
I don't know why I say it like
let's go back to the ancient times of the Game Boy.
Yes.
that. Whoa, 1989, when the 80s were dying out.
Okay,
Alright.
Before we get into the consoles themselves, what do you got? What's your view on gaming on the go?
I thought you were gonna end the sentence right there. What's your view on gaming?
All right.
No.
So we're like, well, we'll have a podcast about it. So I'm pretty sure my view is pretty solid on it. But so I was played
I'll
it.
let Luis answer this.
I was played it on 2.
Oh,
I will say that I would play it between consoles and mobile phones and devices that are not designed to game. So on the portable stations, all for it. It's great, and when it's properly optimized, it's booty foo. But on the mobile phones, they have a serious quality control problem for many reasons that we'll get into later. But it's just that it's not a very satisfying experience to have some types of games on mobile and they keep getting on mobile.
Like which type?
Any first-person shooter game that requires fast pacing is not
There was also
it's not conducive to mobile. Any game in which you require. So let's take the every game is a information game. Is that you have information in front of you and you react to that information. Any game that requires you to intake information and output information in a very fast manner is not gonna be intuitive to mobile gaming, because it's just you're covering the source of information, and that's not something that would happen on a portable console because they have separate
Controllers.
Yes, so that's my smaller point. My bigger point is a little bit about software, and we'll get into that later.
Okay.
for me personally, the Scott Nawaz has like a video about this. Well, kind of. It's like mobile gaming. And it's like how big companies try to make like their first like for their AAA titles onto mobile because like at the time like 2011 or something like that, it was like mobile gaming is gonna take over we got a Switch, and so they started porting all their games onto like mobile devices. Some of them, okay, most of them weren't that good to play on a mobile device. They weren't made for that. You know, the ones I've played, they were alright. GTA 3 actually works alright. Of course, you don't have the same precision and like graphics, and not even like most of the like cheats you can do. However, I found it to be pretty solid, and that's actually how I beat GTA 3.
On your
With
phone.
a
Yeah, you can
pitiful
take away all my
baby
TV.
version of it.
Yeah, but
It's
you
the
know,
full game.
yeah,
Yeah, but
but
did it not get scaled to accommodate a mobile phone?
yeah, no, yeah, the graphics are completely different. It's not as shiny as on the PS2 version.
No, but I mean as in mechanics space. Like,
There's aim assist on this.
or I mean, there's also it's on console, but yeah,
Yeah, but this
So-
one has very like you don't need to even aim.
very aggressive.
Whereas on the PS2 you have to kind of aim. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know, I haven't played the PS2 one, but there was also like other games. It was like Devil May Cry. I'm not sure which one it was, but it was Devil May Cry. They released it
4,
for
I
like
think.
4. It might have been that one, and they released it, and it was nothing like the console version, obviously. You know, because the console's much more fast paced. There's cutscenes. There's like parts when they're actually moving their lips, but in the mobile version, it's just more of like a visual novel. You know, in the console,
With
Dante would
some
talk.
action.
He actually talks, but on the mobile game, he talks. It's just a screen pops up and there's text. So
Yeah, so it's been properly adapted to mobile then.
yeah, but the gameplay wasn't that good.
Yeah, well, it can't be. But this was
Well,
Wally's
it can.
topic. Yeah, well, it can
Yeah.
be, but it's not. It wouldn't be a GTA 5 game. It would be a different game. But
Well.
this is your baby. So what's your view on this mobile gaming, Wally?
When it's done right, I absolutely love, and I do mean love, portable gaming and like even mobile gaming. So, if you guys don't know, I do, for different reasons, I bought a gaming phone. I bought it for
What?
I bought it for 2 reasons.
What's a gaming phone?
It's a phone. It's like it has features that are meant to be like, oh, this will enhance your gaming experience. But then,
What?
truth be told, Asus. It's the
Really?
ROG Phone 2. Yeah.
Oh, it can. Oh,
Never heard
yeah.
of
The only real gaming phone that I've heard of is the Razer smartphone.
Yeah, I heard of the Razer phone. I know that one.
Yeah. So,
Who's gonna want to play Pokemon Go in 4K?
Eh,
so I bought the phone with the intentions of not playing video games. I bought it for the headphone jack. I bought it for the massive battery.
And to make
Front-facing
phone calls.
speaker. You use it just like as a normal phone and have a 120 hertz screen. Everywhere
that
I
means.
go. But then I'm like, okay, let me see like how gaming actually functions in this phone. And one of the biggest features of the phone for gaming is it has like built-in triggers.
yeah.
Like if you touch the side of the phone, it's sensitive and it vibrates the phone whenever you touch these 2 sides. And they work as triggers, and I've used that feature a lot. And games like
as a phone or for gaming specifically?
no for gaming
All
only.
right, I was like, I don't think you need the high score on a texting match. Like
Yeah, this is in Snapchat.
Yeah, but no, I also thought like portable gaming was shit. Honestly, like, comparing console games to mobile games, it's definitely not the same quality. But I sat down and I
think you
thought
should
about it.
also you should also like make sure you specify when you mean mobile gaming and portable gaming.
Yeah, I'll do that going forward. But I've always had a Vita, Game Boy. I had multiple Game Boy Advances because I kept losing them as a kid, and I don't know, the idea of like having a console quality game on the go like makes me wet.
Is that is
Okay.
that the Switch for you?
I mean, yeah, no, the Switch. When I saw Doom running on the Switch natively and not like through streaming, I'm just like, I need to have that. I need to buy that like day
The
one.
Switch is like everything everyone ever wanted.
Well, kind of.
The Switch did what the Vita promised. I'll say
Yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But the difference was that the Switch didn't try to add any specific gimmick. Like the biggest gimmick that it has is that if you plug it in, it becomes a console. Even though
Yeah.
they kind of lie in the marketing that, oh, if you plug it in, you get HD, and it's like it's true, you do get HD, you get 900p instead of the native 720p that the Switch itself has. But people thought that it was gonna be 1080p, and
Mm-hmm.
it did
Some
that.
games, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it did that, and it also provided a little bit more horsepower than your average phone, which Nintendo's kind of taken advantage of the fact that at this point a lot of computer phone hardware is very good, even for gaming. It's just that if you try to make a phone and a console at the same time, you're not gonna please anybody. And Nintendo said, well, if we just focus on making a console, then we can just please everybody anyway. So let's just make a console with phone parts. And they're like, oh yeah, we can do that. That'd be cool. And
And
the
they
people
made
were
a
like, yeah,
tablet.
fuck yeah, yeah. They made a tablet and they fucking put two controllers on it, and that's about it. And
That sometimes don't even work.
and that fucking blew the minds of fucking everybody.
Everyone. Yeah. But
It blew my mind.
so, hot take for gaming on the go, I prefer my phone over the Switch.
Okay, cold
He-
take, cold take. You
Why
you say
cold?
that you say that specifically because your phone has analog devices on it. On the average phone, in which you're all about touchscreen with no tactile feedback, it's probably
So,
not gonna be as enjoyable if you're playing a game that requires you to have any movement that needs to
mhm.
be done promptly.
Okay, so what I do is when I try a game on my phone is I try it before the triggers, before using the built-in triggers and after using them and see which ones I do prefer. So some games I use them, some games I don't. Like when I use it's an Android phone for so Android plus emulators equals biggest fun. So I downloaded a PSP emulator on my phone and it runs it with no stutters at all. And the PSP only has two bumpers, like my phone. So
Mm.
running a PSP emulator like is wonders. Like it runs really well, and I just have like a full-fledged PSP with me at all times. Not with the
What
same
games can you
precision.
play?
I've been just playing what is it called? God of War: Chains of Olympus, which
Oh
I
yeah,
which,
I remember
yeah.
that was a big one. Yeah.
yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that.
But
It's yeah.
even for games that aren't on emulators, I would say the convenience of your phone makes up for the lack of quality. Because like of course the Switch has better quality games.
Yeah,
Um,
no, I will disagree with that statement. A certain amount of quality can be sacrificed for convenience, but you cannot put them like that. You would not play God of War if if it was constantly stuttering and if it wasn't smooth to play on your phone. You
Mm-hmm.
need the quality of it. How much quality you're willing to sacrifice will be based on the phone. But it's just like
yeah,
if
and
I
and,
I
and that's
rather
assuming.
yeah, but
Yeah, go
my
ahead.
my formula is that I similar to my formula for value that if I pay my formula for value is if I paid $100 for something and I'm gonna use it 100 times, to me that's basically a dollar, and it's the quality of it divided by the price of it, and the quality is also proportional to the amount of times I will play it, because I will only play games of quality. So if the game that I get on the phone is just shit, like it doesn't run properly, it's not
Yeah.
it's not intuitive whatsoever, and is honestly more annoying to play than it is anything than it is just being an app on my phone, then that's not
20 FPS
yeah.
Fortnite.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how convenient it is that it's on my phone. It's still an abhorrent thing to have and a waste of my memory. So that's
Well,
my cold take.
but like it depends on the. Okay, so I said that, and assuming everyone now has a decent phone to run like normal
Emulators.
games or emulators, but yeah, like I think anything at this point, any modern phone can run a PSP emulator. But like I don't recommend it. I don't recommend using a PSP emulator if you don't have like. So even if you don't have my phone, but you still would like to have triggers, but not a controller, that's an actual accessory, where like you can add triggers to your phone to the touchscreen, and they
For
fit like
extra.
right into.
For extra though.
For $10. I think it's
I
worth
mean,
$10.
again, it depends on the type of game that you're actually playing. So
Let's
like,
say a PSP emulator, since we're talking about that.
yeah. Also, where'd I go picking like the subgenre that merges portable games with mobile games?
Fortnite, and that's it.
And Marcus Brown.
In PSP? Fortnite?
No. I'm talking about like like a game that merges
Yeah, but it's
cross-platform.
no, you're talking about your the thing that I'm looking at with your example of a PSP emulator is that it's an emulator on the phone which is known for shovelware. But it's a console that while it did have shovelware, it did have some form of quality control.
Hmm.
So it's just like you took the quality of console and you used the mobile phone for it. So you took the domain of a portable gaming device, ported it to your phone, and now we're on the mobile topic of, well, gaming on your phone is not bad if it's done right. By that I mean it has quality and it's basically a console.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, I can give examples that are like on the App Store, if you'd
Yeah.
like me to. Yeah, like first thing that for me the best ever phone game is Call of Duty Mobile. That's a console experience on your phone, hands down. Like
never played it.
it's have you played Call of Duty Black Ops 1?
Yeah.
It's that but on your phone. Like it's that same like fast-paced experience but on your phone and like
I think
anywhere you go.
all right, I'll throw a question to Diego, and I'll preface it asking you, how were the controls different on the mobile phone game? Wally.
Which one?
No, this is for Wally.
Okay, so the bad thing with mobile phones is like, oh, touchscreen, but so in a shooter, whenever people compare keyboard and mouse and controller, the biggest argument is accuracy with aiming. And honestly, like especially now with phones used to be 16 by 9, used to have 16 by 9 screens, but now they're bigger. So now you basically have a what is it called? A wide screen,
Yeah.
a wide monitor for a phone. So like if you're comparing like your normal TV or like a Switch to your phone, then you actually have more. You see
FOV.
more on your phone. Yeah, FOV exactly on your phone rather than those consoles. And the only parts of your fingers that would cover up is that additional FOV. So like it cancels out, and they both have the same FOV. I'd say that.
All right. So
But
Diego, for the question that was aimed at you, is when you were playing GTA on the phone, how, the UI was obviously going to be different. How
Yeah.
how was it different?
Um, what's a UI?
It's a user interface. It's you know how
What's
so you know how you have a controller or keyboard when you're using anything.
yeah.
That's your input, and the way that your input is projected on the screen, that's your UI. So if there was something on the screen and you have your controller and you move your analog stick and that movement of the analog stick leads to something on your screen, you're interacting with your UI.
So if I like press the shoot button.
Yeah. You're put an
It
input
shoots.
and the monitor showing you that you shot something is your user interface.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah.
But how was it different from console?
I've never played console GTA, so
You
I can't really say.
piece of shit.
hi,
I've only played GTA 5.
hello. I'm someone who played GTA San Andreas on the phone and PS2. Hello.
Diego, you're worthless today. What's wrong, main host?
Okay, no. Just to like, did
I'd
you?
like to know that too.
So you finished the game, right, Diego? Like fully.
Yeah, I finished it. I beat the ending of GTA 3. That was one of the most painful missions I've ever had to do.
I didn't play 3, so I wouldn't know. But when was like when did you play GTA 3?
I played it when I had like I think my iPhone's. Well, I played it like. I can't say when it first came out, obviously, but I know I got it when I got an iPhone 5S, and then I finished it when I got an iPhone 7 Plus. And from then on, I had an iPhone 10, an iPhone XS, and now I have an 11. And
Okay.
for some reason, it was different on the XS. The user interface wasn't that good. Everything was so small, but now on the 11, it's actually pretty good, and it fits well.
Oh no,
I tried it out the other day.
I meant like when would you pick up your phone and you're like, okay, I'm going to play GTA right now.
Well, mainly I did it when I wanted to finish the game.
Which
When I
is
basically when I first got it. But if you're telling me like on a random day, probably like never.
huh?
Oh,
Okay.
so
like-
also you treat it like a console.
Kind of. But
Yeah, because like
it's one of those games where it's like, oh, I have GTA 3 on my phone. I can easily just play it. But I have like a Switch with me, a 2DS XL. I have so many other games that I can play that will work properly fine without anything being like different than how it's supposed to be. Right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
your enjoyment of when you weigh the value of your time, you prefer to have a portable console rather than playing a phone game.
Yeah, if I have a portable console with me, then I'd rather play that instead. But if I have like, if the only thing I have is the GTA 3 on my phone, then yeah, I don't mind at all.
That's
okay, and
that was
that's where
not the answer. All right.
that's my main point with mobile gaming, and that's why it's great. In my eyes, it shouldn't replace portable gaming, or like mobile gaming should not replace portable gaming in general. Like the Vita, the Switch, DS shouldn't die because there are games on the phone now. But like the
That's
way
what
I
they
think
should be
about
treated
it,
as actually, they should be treated as just games for the phone, not to kill everything else.
I mean, yeah, if you think about like games like Temple Run, Subway Surfer, Fruit Ninja, the classics, those were just like time wasters. But
They're simple and intuitive, and everyone can get the hang of it.
yeah,
But when like a big AAA company just puts on Resident Evil, that's not going to work. Because
But it does.
play the console versions of those.
I mean, it works in the absolute. It works in the absolute in the sense that if I have absolutely nothing else that can run this game, I will play it on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
And
So
so I'm guessing you're trying to say that that's the convenience of mobile gaming. That you might not have a console, but you have your phone, and you can use it there.
yeah,
But the
because you will
experience,
always 100% have your phone on you
yeah,
all the
but the
times.
experience is a little bit different because if you think of Resident Evil, which is a horror game, you're you're not gonna get as immersed playing on your phone than when you are playing on a console that's specifically designed for gaming because you are not gonna be constantly seeing your hands and you're gonna be immersed solely on the screen. And while you could get tunnel
Mm-hmm.
vision, that requires a certain lack of awareness that you can't have if you're in the open. So if you're saying that, oh well, if I have my mobile phone, so I'll just play Resident Evil on my mobile phone, and I'll sit at the couch in the dark, just holding my
Hmm.
phone. That's that's not something that a phone would take the place of most of the time,
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you play on the go, meaning like let's say you're in the train
or the
or
toilet.
or the toilet,
Or the toilet. Yeah.
where like yeah, the Switch can also be in those places, but the Switch is never always in your pocket. It
Mm-hmm.
does fit inside my pocket, but I'd
But you
much
have big
rather
boy
have my
pockets.
phone. Yes, I'm a big boy. I but I'd much
I was
rather
like a
have my
kid.
phone,
Yeah.
my pocket, and my wallet and keys, yeah, on me
Yeah.
instead of a Switch.
You know, the
Uh,
reasonable stuff. And
yeah, exactly. But uh, for me, mobile gaming it gets ridiculous when it's like when people start buying the full-on accessories. Like, oh, like I'm gonna buy a full controller, and that controller doesn't.
mm-hmm.
For me, phone accessories are good when they fit in your pocket. The moment
Mm-hmm.
you need to bring another like bag with you, and let's say you have another. If you don't have a Switch or anything else, then by all means make your experience better by buying those accessories. But if you do have a Switch or any other console, then don't buy a controller for your phone, please. Just play the better games. Like you look more ridiculous pulling out a controller for your phone than pulling out a Switch in the train. I'd say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can agree to that, and it's just, but we'll get to the wider question. Diego, do you think
Hmm.
any game can be ported to a mobile device?
No, not at all. Not any game.
Objectively, no.
What about any
Yeah.
genre of game?
Genre, yes,
I
definitely.
still
If it's
say
like a sports game, then you probably could. It's not gonna be as good, but you can still take what you can. Like when FIFA came out for mobile, it was obviously very, very dimmed down. The graph, everyone looked the same basically, unless they were like a star player. Like you can tell Benzema from Ronaldo, even though their models weren't that good. However, if it was like a generic, like non-rare gold player, you couldn't tell the difference between them or rare bronze player. They were
yeah.
just generic templates. However, the gameplay was still FIFA. You know, all you had was just a different interface on your phone. You know, you were able to do skill moves much easier because all you had to do was just touch your phone.
Or well, it
And that's why people
oh,
liked it that much. But if it's like a game that's like requiring like a lot, like say Mario Kart, like Mario Kart Tour is completely different from what people would have expected, like on a traditional one. Like for Mario Kart Tour, personally, I don't like it. And I don't think it's something that's supposed to be on a phone. You know, you play Mario Kart best when you have a controller in your hand. But when I have to have my finger on the screen and it kind of blocks out my character, then I'm not gonna enjoy it that
yeah,
much.
don't text and drive.
Yeah.
Obviously.
And like as we're speaking right now, I'm playing Mario Kart 7 on my 2DS XL.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
For me,
What about you, Wallet? Yeah.
okay. In terms of genres, there are like other genres that shine more on mobile than others. Like
Mm-hmm.
the worst genre I think on the phone is fighting games.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like when you need to play with the fighting games are best when you play with another person. Two, you need like precision, and you can't. I remember downloading Street Fighter 4 on
Oh no, that was awful.
on
On the
mobile.
on the mobile, yeah, on the mobile.
one
That was
it
bad.
one it ran 20 FPS. It's just capped at 20 FPS when fighters are meant to reach 60 FPS. Um, two, the just doing the inputs with Ryu was just a game is bad when you fight the controls more than the actual game when your opponent like
More than yeah.
and fighting games do that, but um I think the other than like point and click games, like let's say the console quality genres or the console genres,
Hmm.
I'd say shooters probably are the best. And
Really?
Fortnite.
Really shooters.
because I don't know, for some reason they work. Like you still have I'd argue you have more precision or like more accuracy on touchscreen than with controller.
I kind of agree with that.
I
Yeah.
mean,
I
on
played
controller,
Fortnite
yeah.
mobile way more than I did on PC because my PC, well, not my PC, it's a laptop, can't really run it that well.
Hmm.
This was before I even got a Mac. And I don't even play it on Mac because I don't play Fortnite anymore. But
Yeah.
on mobile, it works so much better, and it's like aim assist, so it helps me because I suck. But
Yeah.
you could actually win games with on mobile on Fortnite, and that actually surprisingly worked well. I don't play anymore. I haven't played in like a year and a half, so
Yeah,
Hmm.
but the
but it worked pretty well. If I could go back right now, it will probably be the same experience, nothing different.
I mean, sure, they've done something new to it, but the I can't agree with. I will refrain from saying that. Oh, it will be somewhat more, is more accurate a than a controller, because I honestly don't know. I'm pretty accurate with my controller, but it took me a damn while to be
Hmm.
headshots only. But
And I think that's no,
no,
I
no,
think that's like
but
basically it took you a while because with the controller, but for a mobile
it
game,
won't take long.
it's just for casual people.
Yeah, but it's also the problem that it's not necessarily more accurate, because if you can go to any YouTuber right now and look up a YouTuber plugs in controller or plugs in keyboard and beats a mobile game. It's it's an astonishing difference. Like there was a guy
Hmm.
that just plugged in his keyboard to a random mobile game.
PUBG Mobile.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it was I think it was Call of Duty or some random some fast-paced
Some random
arena, yeah,
shooter.
some fast-paced arena shooter, and the average score of the other players was, I think, 4 or 5, and he came out with a 32-0, and it was just
Oh
like,
my.
yeah, probably not as accurate. And then there was another guy that was like controller on mobile, and it's just like he came out 4 times better than everybody else. So it's not about that. If you're in a void and you're like, I want to play a game and it's gonna be this mobile game, you're not really remembering. Oh wait, well this was better on console, because your experiences scale, because you're like, oh, this is what I can do, and I'm pretty accurate with this. And then you go to console and it's like, oh, this is what I can do, and I'm pretty accurate with this. And then you go to PC and this is what I can do, and I suck at this game. Uh, you you kind of say, okay, so my experience is scaling, and my score is also scaling, and because everything's scaling so proportionally to what I can do, I'm not really noticing. Oh, this is a problem. I'm not. You're comfortable, but you're comfortable because of the experience and because you're not thinking about. Well, if this was a controller, I would be pretty good. You're like, no, I'm touching it, so this must be my natural state of being.
Yeah. I So the reason why I brought up like the controller versus touchscreen in terms of like being accurate is and back in like 2013 I bought a controller for my iPhone. It was for my iPhone 5,
Hmm.
and
Oh,
yeah, and it worked for like other games like GTA, but for shooters, like I still was more accurate with touchscreen. Everything else, like
Mm-hmm.
overall, it was a better experience on controller because, well, triggers and other face buttons. But
Tactile feedback. Yeah.
yeah, but in terms of just like how accurate I am with my aiming, I'd say touchscreen was actually better. So now, with the advantage of me having triggers on my new phone and aiming, it it's better than with a controller, I'd say,
Yeah.
in terms
Mm-hmm.
of accuracy. But wait, where are we going with this?
I mean, we're probably
It was your
we're probably
topic.
reaching the end of the. We're talking about UI basically, how we interact with
Yeah,
it, and it's just like we're basically saying overall analog controls are better. There's you get to
oh,
feel them.
definitely.
You if you could feel the analog stick while you were trying to do a combo on Street Fighter, you were probably gonna feel better because it would have just been a switch. But in the case of its native state, in which is the game doesn't come with a downloadable uh, controller, that's not gonna happen. Then
Yeah.
yeah, it's not gonna be as good. So there is a cap on that, and so there is a cap on what genres can be done well on your phone. Fighting games
It
Mm-hmm.
gonna be well done. I don't know when you said accuracy and you were talking about fighting games. I thought it was gonna translate to FPS, but then you said that it works better for FPS.
yeah, because it's mainly for the aiming, but for fighting games, doing the inputs, that's where it gets fucked. Because you're not
Yeah.
just aiming, you're like trying to make specific movements with this now digital stick,
Yeah,
you know.
which is not like it's not resisting, so you can just slide off of it and you're like, oh, well, I'm
Yeah,
dead.
exactly. But honestly, like if you dumb down fighting games, they would work. Like
Yeah,
um
but
the
would they be as fun?
no, but it'd be very convenient than bringing a Switch with you
I want
on a
Mortal
separate
Kombat
bag.
for the Game Boy on my phone.
Yeah,
No.
Make it happen.
like yes, I would much rather play Mortal Kombat 11 on my Switch than Footsie, the game Footsies on my Android phone, but it damn well is more convenient to bring my phone with me than a separate bag that has my Switch and my games. Like,
Yeah,
you see where I'm going with this?
yeah, but
I used
ha,
to.
mm, what?
No, you continue. You go.
Yeah, but it still runs into the problem of you're sacrificing a certain amount of quality for the sake of convenience, and if that's a trade that you're willing to do, then sure, it's uh,
Hmm.
I want to play and poop at the same time. And if I'm pooping like in a public place and I can't have my PS3 on my monitor on my pooper, then yeah, I'm gonna bring out my phone. But if I have any alternative whatsoever, it my phone is not gonna beat anything that
Oh,
I can
yeah, no,
possibly have
for
with it.
sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
For the what do you want
I'm,
to say? Oh, sorry,
I forgot what I was supposed to
you
say.
bastard.
I apologize. I apologize.
That's okay.
Yeah. Um, I'm just saying that there are people, and I used to be one of them, where like, if I only had my phone, I'd just be and have the craving to play video games. Instead of playing games, I'd like, I don't know, watch, you know, a, a, a stream or whatever. Like my favorite streamer, Diego. Um,
Yeah, Diego. Follow
Mm-hmm.
Diego at this link
Oh,
on the
yeah.
screen.
Follow me on Twitch. I stream whenever I feel motivated at DMMP16.
Whenever I feel motivated, I have no schedule.
hell yeah. But
Yeah, that's true.
I'm at the point where if I do crave gaming, I started using my phone more for games. You know, I found a Dark Souls, a Souls-like game on my phone. Oh, another genre that fits really, like, does really well, I think, on mobile gaming is Metroidvanias.
The well,
Um,
how specific ha, specifically how so?
because it's like, Metroidvanias are a subgenre of 2D platformers. At least that's what I would say. But
Yeah,
yeah,
but
like
I would say
since you're just going, it's since it's just 2D, you don't need precision. You just have two arrows in terms of movement, left or right, and usually like you'd have like three different attacks, and that's it.
hmm,
That's
I
your
think
Metroidvania.
you're describing more of a rogue legacy type game.
Or- Well, I actually bought Castlevania Symphony of the Night for like
The
three
phone.
dollars. Yeah, on the phone.
That's a good game.
So far, I'm enjoying it very much, and it runs really well.
Yeah,
And I'm not
I
fighting the
played it.
controls.
Yeah, I played that
Yeah, no,
game.
Symphony of the Night like revolutionized Castlevania.
Yeah, and I'm not fighting the controls. Like I'm actually playing the game, and yeah, it would be nice to play it maybe back on the PS1 or with a controller, but the fact that I'm having a great gaming experience on my phone, on the train, or on the shitter, then yeah, like fuck yeah, I'm happy with that. Or
Yeah.
another Metroidvania that I found on mobile is a game called Grim Veiler. I don't know. Search it up, whoever's listening to this. It's a great game.
I will say that I have played Symphony of the Night, and yeah, I could see how it would work. You don't really have to be very fast or accurate in Symphony of the Night because your hitbox is kind of ridiculous. Uh, how how are you doing with the spells in Symphony of the Night? Because I had a really hard time doing the spells on the PSP, on the PS Vita. I mean,
hmm It,
because
I'm not.
they seem absurd.
Yeah, like I'm not far into the game. I only like finished the first few minutes, but like the way they did it is like you can switch there's just a button dedicated to switch the spells, and like
Oh, that's mm, that's
hmm.
bullshit.
Or like you
You have
press down on the D-pad on this virtual D-pad, and then you press this button, and then the spells switch.
So are you telling me you don't have to do up, right, down, right, left, up, start A to do a fireball?
Wait, is
That's
it that complicated?
it is. Look up spells in Symphony of the Night, and you will have a bad time, and you will have a
Maybe I'm
worse
not
time.
doing.
You said the
Maybe
funny.
I'm not playing the game right. I don't
You
know.
said the funny. You
No,
said
like
the funny
no.
sentence.
If you do Symphony of the Night with the spells, and you don't have to because I finished the first game the first time, and I had no clue there were spells. I just thought I was getting random points, and
Okay, maybe that's what I'm experiencing at the moment.
yeah,
Random
but it's just
points.
like a lot of the spells are broken as shit, and they're broken as shit on purpose because they're fucking impossible to do. There's a spell that heals you to full health. There's a spell that kills everything on the screen, and there's a spell that has a missile style fireball that chases every enemy on the screen until it disappears from the screen. It's it's broken and it's super fun. And if you're telling me that instead of
hmm
doing a 16-part combo to summon a fireball that's gonna be on the screen for 3 seconds, and you're just holding down and another button dedicated to spells, I'm gonna lose my shit.
No, okay. It was a miscommunication on my end.
All right.
Yeah, I thought you meant like the different like attacks or abilities. I forgot. I don't know. This is my first Castlevania experience, and it's on the phone.
All right.
Yeah, but
Symphony of the Night should be fine. Spells are gonna be a bitch if they haven't been optimized.
yeah, that's fair. But other Metroidvanias on top of Castlevania has been. I had a great experience on the phone. Like I don't
All
even
right.
need with Metroidvanias. I don't even need the triggers. I just it's fully touchscreen.
Yeah. So I guess we'll jump into probably the last part of what mobile gaming is, and mobile and portable gaming is, which is the quality control. The the phone, much like the Wii, but to an extent which is ever so to the nth degree higher, is full of trash and shovelware. And that
Have you
trash
seen
and shovelware,
Steam?
I mean, I'm still mad at Steam for getting rid of Steam Greenlight because your only form of quality control, you took it off because you're shitty people. But it's just it's we'll go into that and why mobile phones are still worse than Steam, because a lot of the mobile phones that you see that are troubleware or have the most microtransactions, to be real, are all based on the same program that is royalty free. That you can literally copy and paste a game and put some new drawings on it, and you will be totally in the clear legally.
That's every single YouTube ad.
Yes.
Oh, I know exactly like what type of games. I forgot that there's like a specific name for them. But
Yeah.
like like there's a kit that you buy on whatever, like a Unity kit, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden you have a game. And
Yeah. You just have a game. You can name it Polar Bears pooping bowlers, and you have a game in which polar bears poop, and they it's basically bowling but with polar bears pooping, and that they you have a game. It's
So, slightly off topic. You remind me of a video I watched of Filthy Frank yesterday, where he goes over the stupid show called Game Shakers, where these little kids, probably not even like 8 years old, and according to the Nickelodeon commercial, like they made their own gaming empire. It was some mobile game that looked absolute garbage. You'd find it on like page 95 of like one of those stupid kids websites in 2008. That's how bad those games looked
Jesus.
yeah.
when Filthy Frank reviewed it.
Yeah, and I would be fine with shelware. Like, sign me the fuck up. I'll record that shit all day. But when that shelware starts asking you for money,
And a dip.
it's really easy to just do it because it's done on purpose, then I have a problem with the practices and software and games that are completely littered on the mobile game store. And we kind of didn't jump into this conversation at the start because we went straight for, oh, your phone's a great virtual console.
Mhm.
Yeah, but if you're like looking at the games that are for the phone and how companies or people just like say, I'm gonna make this game. I'm gonna make Flappy Bird because that's also in the free domain, and I'm gonna make it so that every time you die, you need to pay money to start again, even though that's not the point of the game. And little kids are gonna play this game because it's one button and give me your monies. And I'm like, no, don't do that.
Fun fact: shovelware games started to pop up on the Switch. So there's
Yeah,
a game that's a Unity kit game, and it's on this Nintendo Switch.
yeah, I saw
Uh,
those.
Yeah, My Horse Academy, something like that,
the
finally made it on.
the same place where you can buy Super Smash Brothers Ultimate and Super Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild, you can
But
also buy shovelware Unity
you
game.
can buy
Yeah,
Chicken Shoot
dude.
for Wii.
There's
The-
the shovelware and the Switch upsets me for two reasons.
yeah,
It's shit, and the second reason is shit Nintendo approved, and that upsets
yeah,
me to no end because every game that they have is Nintendo certified. If you Game Grumps released their game, which is Dream Daddy, and they talk about, yeah, getting your game approved by Nintendo is a completely arduous process. And then they played a certain game called like a Broom Witch whatever, in which you're a witch, which it's Superman 64, but you're a little girl.
Oh.
And they were like, so we
oh yeah, a
yeah
Hat in Time.
yeah so no,
No, hiding time.
No,
is
not
different.
not hiding time is fine. It's infinitely worse. It is Superman 64
Oh,
by the
Superman
T.
64.
Yeah. So and they were like, so I talked to my Nintendo contact and I asked him, yo, our game took 6 months to get approved and we had to do a bunch of things to get it in the Switch. And you're showing me this shitty game that's $4.99 and
Yeah.
it's absolute trash. And the contact was like, yeah, it is absolute trash. I don't know how some of the people get through the cracks. And I'm like, this is not a crack. This is a fucking crater. This game is disgustingly awful. It looks like it was in the Nintendo 64. You put
But
this shit
it's
on the
on the
Switch,
Switch.
and you
Yeah.
approve of it because it has to
That's
be
why I'm
Nintendo
fine
certified
with
on it.
them.
Welcome to the future, ladies and gentlemen.
That's why I'm fine with them on mobile. Like, it's whatever. But, like, I get to your point of shovelware games asking for money. That's shit. But, like, it's up to you. Like, I'm fine with games where, like, if I'm. If Castlevania, let's say, was like, oh, play the first level, but then to unlock this, you need to pay money. I'd rather just, like, give me the full game. I'll pay you the $3. Like, it's whatever. But I don't want to consistently buy, um, I don't know, spells or whatever
want-
to have a.
You don't want it to be pay to win.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you ever
Or
spent
like,
any money on a let's on a game that spending money saves you time?
microtransaction game.
No, no, yeah, but it's like specifically, things like Clash of Clans in which you try to build something and it's you can wait 12 days for this to build, or you can pay me $7.
Oh,
Like
I've
stuff
never.
like that.
No.
All right,
I've
Diego?
only, like, technically once on Steam. I
What?
Quake Champions, and first thing I did was buy Doom Guy for $5.
Pokemon.
You whore.
Pokemon Go.
Yeah, Pokemon Go.
Yeah,
How much did you spend on it?
like $5.
That's not horrible. At least you're not like some
Yeah.
people that just completely wail and spend $200 on their first year of university just opening packs because they spent $500 on Hearthstone.
Was this you?
No,
Thankfully.
yeah, it was our treasurer.
Ah,
He's handling he's handling the money now again.
fuck yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
But yeah, no, shovelware bad, but shovelware that don't ask for money on the phone. Who the fuck cares? Like, I know sometimes it's like scummy. They'd have, and I've seen this. Like, there are websites where you pay people money and they'll give you good reviews on your game, on your shitty game.
Yeah.
And a lot of, like, shitty games do that, and it's like,
They do.
and
it's so noticeable.
yeah, like, I'll go to my phone. It's like, this game has 50 million downloads and it's 5 stars, and then I download it. I'm like, what the fuck am I playing?
Let's play Raid Shadow Legends.
Oh man,
Good.
did you just throw away my sponsorship,
No, I just.
bastard? Raid, if you're willing to sponsor me and my whole 10 subscribers, I would suck your dick, and
That
virtually, physically. I don't care if it's a quid pro quo. I would suck anything just if you sponsor me. All right.
I don't usually sound this unmotivated. Usually, I'm usually more.
I think
stupid
this
and
could convince them.
energetics. But if someone wants to sponsor me or give me money on stream one day, so I can be an e-girl and be like, "Thank you, oh my god, like thank you so much for giving me the $5. It means so much to me." Like, I'll do it.
What am I gonna ask for? You two asked for something. I need to ask for something now. Give me games.
Give me all
I
game.
thought you were gonna ask, give you a woman that won't cheat on you.
Huh?
Diego's talking to himself again.
Yeah.
Oh. Well,
Uh,
what?
can we bleep
Okay.
that out?
Yeah, sure.
Bottom line in IMO, in my opinion, um, mobile gaming great because convenience.
Mobile gaming, great.
Like how he paused.
No, I will narrow down your thesis to mobile gaming, specifically virtual machines and games that have strict quality control. Very good. Mobile gaming games that are predatory, carbon copies of each other, and not properly ported or made. Bad.
But that's not exclusive to mobile gaming. Steam
I mean,
has it.
it's not exclusive
The
to mobile gaming,
Switch
but
has it.
I mean, it's this. I'm very disappointed that the Switch has it because Nintendo used to be known for quality, but now it's not. But it doesn't change the fact that the phone is much easier to get into with having absolutely no game and just selling it. It's,
Mm-hmm.
it's just so much more easier because in the phone, yeah, I think the sole contract is that any revenue that's made from your game, a certain percentage has to go to that people that put it on the store, and that's why, by the way, they got rid of Steam Greenlight because you used to have to pay for that. But
Yeah.
the it was just like, yeah, okay, I don't need to pay you now, and if no one buys it, I don't need to pay you anyway. Put my game up there. So
Yeah.
That's my difference. And also for games like for contracts in the Switch or Xbox or PS4, you usually have to put some collateral money into it for getting them to give you the space to put your game online. You will have to put some money up front, and then additionally a certain percentage of your revenue. So
Yeah.
it's just a lot worse on the phone because you're like, there's no there is no floodgates. It's just the Wild West. If Apple, Google, Microsoft, whoever does whatever was like, okay, so you want to put your game, we're gonna put it through quality control, and we have to put it through a few standards to make sure that if you're asking for money, there's a few barriers that you need to go through. You need to fill some stuff out. You can't just use the safe information on your phone. You have to fill it out. If your game doesn't run properly at this percentage at this percent of the time, then we can't play it. And if there's some stuff on your phone or some stuff on your game, then yeah, we don't want it. So hit the road, Jack. That
Yeah.
if that was more apparent in the phone, absolutely. I, I I assure you that quality of games would go up if someone was looking at them.
But no one is.
No one
And
is.
you need to dig very, very deep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And Steam. I still remember when Steam Greenlight uh, shut down, and I found so many videos saying, "I don't understand why Steam Greenlight is going down. It is the only thing keeping Steam at somewhat quality. Some games will get through because they were so atrociously bad that people uh, greenlit it anyway because they was like this is funny, but it was still something holding trash back, and then you let that go, and then Steam got flooded with shitty games like no one's
Mm-hmm.
ever seen before, and some of them are the same game under a different title.
Yeah.
Ninja Bread Man.
Wait.
It's a game series that Scott the Waz reviewed.
I bought that game.
Ninja Bread Man.
I bought that game, yes.
I don't know whether to congratulate you or to be like, oh, you bought Ninja Bread.
Fuck Ninja Bread Man.
First he defends some mobile games, and then
He bought.
Ninja Bread Man, it was purchased under your name.
Am I just not allowed to be part of the podcast anymore?
No,
I mean, Diego used to play
No.
Fortnite. You're fine.
Fortnite.
you're
we-
right.
As
we
someone who
forget.
doesn't play Fortnite, I don't know. It seems like a good game. It's just not. It's not the genre.
it's
I'm
the
not
fucking-
interested
it's the
in the genre.
It's the community. They're toxic.
I guess.
That's why.
Yeah.
It's because of the little kids and the ninjas. Like, ah! You just keeping your mother with that mouth?
Oh, that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
so
I'm sorry for.
less
Sorry
mobile
for
games.
loud.
Just since we're at the 1 hour mark, what's your favorite portable consoles?
The Switch.
Mine was the PSP. No. Mine
That
honestly was the DS Lite.
Ooh, and what games did you guys play on them? Or do you play on them?
well, if we're going, that's not modern day consoles that are still getting releases. It would probably be like the DS. Yeah, I play a hell of a lot of Mario Kart DS on my Nintendo DSi, which I have right next to me as well. This before I bought my Switch last April. This was the most recent Nintendo console that I had bought.
So for me, the game that I played the most was New Super Mario Bros. For the DS, and I played the shit out of
That's a
that.
great
But
game.
it's
That's
also
a great
because
game.
yeah, it's also because of the multiplayer that it had, in which you didn't need two different cartridges, and it was
Oh yeah. I remember
collect the stars, and you can fight your friends for the stars.
that. Mhm.
I played so much of that in high school, in middle school, just like all the time.
Yeah. And don't forget about the mini games. The mini games are fucking amazing.
They
Casino
were-
with Luigi.
Oh yeah, the baby's little first gambling addiction. Yeah, it was great.
Honestly, that's another thing that I didn't mention. I downloaded the DS emulator just to download new Super Mario Bros. Just to play the mini games, and they play very well on my phone. Because you don't to play the mini games. You just need the DS stylus with the bottom half of the DS.
Oh, and you got a touchscreen phone.
Exactly.
Wouldn't you know?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so,
So,
it's just like
in between
Great.
my summer classes, I'd just be playing those mini games.
you're home.
Yeah, but it would be just like a 10-minute break. So,
Yeah, you know what
can I
Christian
do in
did?
10 minutes?
You know what
What did
Christian did?
Christian do?
Christian was playing Rainbow Six Siege while at work.
Oh my god.
Oh my
He was teaching Dan Tekken while at work. We played CS:GO while he was at work.
God. What hasn't Christian done while I work?
Hey,
Don't answer.
he
that.
hasn't done work.
That's fair.
He's like, no, they
Um,
haven't. I asked a question and they haven't called me, so I'm gonna wait 45 minutes.
We love you, Christian, if you're listening.
He's
Oh.
not. He doesn't watch my videos.
Oh, you don't watch your podcast, you listen to this one.
Yeah, but we might have this podcast might take a little bit longer to come out than the other ones
Well,
because
we are now
Well-
reaching the 1 hour and 9 minute. We're reaching the 1 hour 10 minute mark.
all right.
So
Yeah.
I think we're gonna wrap it up here for tonight. Is there anything you guys want to say? Closing remarks before we wrap it up?
The Vita shouldn't have died.
I agree with that.
I
Yeah.
never played the Vita.
It,
But with that, oh, you have something to say.
no, just
Say it.
Vita. Go ahead. Go ahead. End it, please. End my mic.
And
Sure, you have something to say.
and that
Okay. I wish I could. No. Thank you all so much for listening to this episode of the Cast of Pods. Thank you so much for just sticking around, or even if you just watch 10 minutes and skip to the end just to hear us say bye. But it was nice talking about mobile gaming, portable gaming, and all that gaming. I'm not myself today. Thank you all so much for listening, and as always, we bid you all farewell.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.